All right, I want to introduce you to the Vice Chairman of the Putnam Board of Trustees, Mr. Frank Clark. He will be playing the role of Howard Carter this morning. Those are exactly what was found on the wall when they came in.
Okay.
Can you see anything?
Many awesome things.
The stone sarcophagus finally stood before us. Once we had carefully raised the lid with angle irons and pulleys, the interior was revealed. And there we discovered, under the remains of a darkly colored linen cloth, a wonderful gilded coffin. The first thing we did was lift out the gilded coffin using pulleys. When we had removed the lid of this coffin, a second, even more magnificent coffin was revealed. At first, we were unable to open the lid of this coffin. Once again, we had to install a specially elaborated system of pulleys, so as to lift this second coffin out of the first one. We were extremely surprised by the enormous weight of the coffin. We laid thick planks on the sarcophagus so that we could place the coffin on them.
He had a diseased left foot, so he probably walked with a limp as a very young boy and as a young man.
You know, we've always been fascinated with Egypt and most fascinated with the boy king, King Tut. And this exhibition really celebrates the discovery of King Tut through these amazing recreations. Over 1,000 recreations of the objects actually from King Tut's tomb. You know, King Tut was pretty much an insignificant king until this incredible discovery in 1922 by Howard Carter of an intact tomb. And when Carter pushed through that wall and someone said, "Can you see anything?" he said, "Yes, wonderful things." Well, that's because the greatest archaeological discovery of all time was made that day, and those wonderful things in recreated form, many of the objects, most of the objects that have never traveled outside of Egypt are now in recreated form here at the museum. The reason the kings were buried in the Valley of the Kings was to make their burial place a secret. It was, the tomb entry was to be covered up, and the robbers, if you will, the idea was that they couldn't find the entry and then make their way in to steal things. Well, it really didn't work out because all the tombs have been looted, have been, over the years, have been robbed. But there was always this idea that there were more tombs to be found. But many archaeologists believe no. In fact, the famous American archaeologist said, the valley has been exhausted, meaning there's nothing else to be found. But this archaeologist from England, Howard Carter, was convinced that there were tombs to be found, intact tombs, unrobbed tombs, and Tutankhamun's was one of those. So when he made this amazing discovery and then saw what was inside, it was not only things that you and I are fascinated and amazed with, but archaeologists and Egyptologists are still learning today about the history of Egypt, the burial process, the kings and the queens, because of this discovery in 1922, and that's why we're still fascinated by the discovery of King Tut.